All right, Super Bowl Sunday. We're gonna finish up this one, and we're gonna do probably this blue one. I really like that one, but here's a nice green one too. Brewing Co. Um, some brewing company in West Virginia. Schmolbach. Schmolbach, whoever that is. I have to look that up. But I was told this is milk of magnesia. So, coming along. Got our indirect. I got a green background and a green floor to help. Hopefully, it helps with my phone not making the white stuff like wash out because everything's black or dark gray. My gloves. Generally, my pants are dark gray or my jacket's dark blue. But we're going to start, and we're going to pick up where we left off. Pressure flaking. We just got to do some shaping and bring the stem in, and this one will be done. This will be part 3. So. Yeah. Watch some Jack Crafty videos today and some Brad Moore. Today was going to be a fishing day, but my little buddy's sick, so he wanted to go fishing, and I didn't want to go fishing when he couldn't go. So I only have one grandson, or grandchild, and he's it. And I have to admit, I do tend to spoil him, but you know. He he came along, you know, literally a month before I had my cancer surgery, and I was in the hospital for almost a month, and then I went to care place until I recovered, and ended up not seeing him, for about, it must have been a month and a half, and when I did see him, I was home all the time at that time. He was little, and him and his mom were staying with us. And first words he said was "Pap, pap," and I was so happy that I made it through. I made it through that cancer. Um, it's been 7 years now, and for a good 3 years, I couldn't hardly do anything because of the way they had to do the surgery and stuff. It left me pretty in a pretty rough state, and now he's a runner. All he wants to do is run, and I have to chase him around, which is really good for me, helping me get back into shape. I really declined being not bedridden, but nearly bedridden. For almost 2 years, and I hadn't napped for a long time. Even before that, because I was working, and when I got quote better, I started napping again, and just the way my body was at the time, I couldn't really do stuff like this pressure flaking. I couldn't direct the percussion like I used to. I was still trying a little, though. I went over to Flint Ridge, and I had a lot of time, and I had days like I stayed over there in I converted my old work van into like a little camper, so I could stay over there and basically dig around. And it took me a whole day to get one bucket of flint, but I had unlimited time, so I ended up getting several, at least 300 pounds, and I had never gotten that much before. And normally I did the little, throw some flakes under the fire and made my points for hunting. And that's when I had to figure out a way to do more. I found an old slow cooker in a roadside dump, illegal roadside dump. So I cleaned up some of that, and I took the slow cooker, and I cut out the thermostat and put my own digital controller and started cooking flint. And there was a lot of recipes. There's a lot of recipes for flint. And I'm going to tell you, most of them are not accurate. So, all right, there's our glass Atlatl point. We'll fasten right on there. And I'm going to make an Atlatl. I was going to go today, but my knee is acting up. I was going to go cut down a sapling, make the spear, and make a spear set. But instead, I'm going to nap. And there's part 3 of the glass tile Atlatl point. I think it turned out rather nicely, and we'll get some good pictures here. You can get a good view. Pretty symmetrical, very sharp, and that's a wrap on that. But I'm going to keep filming. It's only 9 minutes. I'm going to go to that blue glass, and we'll take a measure on that. Now this, if I had a couple buckets of this, it would be worth building a furnace just to melt it down, because it is awesome. I think I could melt beer bottles. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, but I got all this flint, so I didn't do it. 2 inches wide, 2 3/4 long. We're going to start out with the indirect in my. I put the indirect in my hip so that if I want to do a pressure flake, I can push and then just tap it to make the pressure flake. But anyways, back to my stories. Look at how pretty that is. I couldn't really nap, and this indirect, uh, I never heard of such a thing before. And back when I was heavy into napping, I never seen anybody use an indirect of any kind. And the internet, it's full of good and bad. I met a lot of my relatives that I didn't know on the internet. And I also got to see Jack Crafty doing this indirect behind his knee. Now, I can't bend down far enough to put it behind my knee. And that's one of the things that limits my napping, is the position that you have to be in order to do it. And so I like this because it's accurate, and it's not. Now that I'm using my wrist, I'm resting my hand here and stuff. It's not strenuous on the bad parts of my body, the worn out parts. And what I'm doing here is I'm just knocking the edge of that top bottle off. Look how thick that is. Like, you don't get glass bottles that thick now. It's thick. It's kind of flat. A little bit humpy on one side. Barely concave there. Really good glass. And try not to take too much from the tip, because I want to keep it long. I'll be napping more Flint Ridge pretty soon. It's just I enjoy the easier stuff. And the thing with the nether, I have nethers Flint Ridge. I don't have the Flint Ridge that everybody thinks of often, which is the Roy Miller Flint Ridge. I think his Flint Ridge is better. Better quality of the flint for bigger pieces. The nethers, at least what the common guy can get over there, is usually pieces left behind by other people, or near the surface, or has been exposed. So, like a piece this big, in my experience, like I say, this would be big for Flint Ridge. A lot of guys say, "Oh no, that's average," small. And to Roy Miller's, it is, but to what a regular old guy can go over there and get, it's not. And now you can get a big piece. You can take a big chunk, but this is what you're going to get, because that big chunk is going to have cracks and layers and crystals, and so you think you're getting uh, a big chunk of flint. You know, way back in the 90s, 80s, when I went there, you could get big pieces. And I have a pile that I just found that I had lost of big pieces, and they're pretty decent. So I have the stock I just got last year and that big pile. Um, I'm saving it. I was going to sell it. At one time, um, I was going to sell it, but oh, look at that. But the thing is, I found out how to address this, but I had severe depression from the cancer. I had the cancer, and then a year, almost to the day, I got hit by a semi. Um, I almost lost my business when I had the cancer, but I had enough money and credit line to keep it. And then almost a year to the day, I got hit by a semi, and that ended my business. I had a repair business. Um, I did a lot of, I did commercial restaurant repairs of their cooking equipment and refrigeration and stuff like that. And, I lost my business. I lost, a lot of things. Didn't lose my life and didn't lose my family. So, I came out ahead on that deal. But I didn't know it because it crept up on me how depressed I was. And I can tell you, you cannot know you're depressed. I didn't know I was depressed. I just thought that everything and everyone annoyed me. And I'm hoping if you're out there and you're in this situation where you've had a bad run and you just think that every person is bad or they're annoying or everything. I was at the point where just driving down the highway and just people being on the highway with me was annoying. I didn't even know them. They weren't even by me. They're just driving, and I'm just driving. And it was really bad. Got some help now, so it's not so bad. And people that I talk to all the time tell me they could, tell the difference. And I can tell the difference too, because I can go to the store. Going to the store used to be one of my worst things to do. I hated it because people were there and they always seemed to be trying to get what I was buying, and they weren't. It was just my illusions of how things were. But now, I've been getting some help for about a month and a half. I have, and I got to tell you, it's made a big difference because I wasn't. I enjoy napping. I enjoy archery more, but right now, I have tendonitis in my right shoulder, so I can't really draw a bow right. Um, and I can't really make a new bow because I can't pull with that shoulder. So I'm kind of stuck for now in between a rock and a hard place, but it's coming along. Now that I know how my shoulder is, I can take steps. Got a wee, see there? Got a wee little bit of curve at the tip, but the rest of it is pretty straight. I just got to take some, but I don't want to make that too thin just yet because I'll have to do. And then this side, the flakes should just go. This is the convex side. The bottle glass is really awesome to work. Funny, you'd think glass isn't that strong, but it'll stick right in the end of that flaker too. Now here's where I got to do a little strategy because I got to get that curve out of the tip without blowing away the tip. We got it pretty good, pretty flat. So back to what I was saying, if you feel like, everything's going against you, you might want to, try and get some help. Talk to someone. There's lots of things that will help. There's lots of, counselors and stuff that you can go and just get help. If you have insurance or not. I'm hitting on the end. Look at that big flake. Now, the key is it's still thick in the middle, and I'm squeezing this whole thing with my hand. So it's like my hand is the lump. And I'm not trying for too much. I'm just trying to get the edge closer so I can go the other way. Look at that. Now, the good thing about the Facebook thing is I met some good people. Well, there's a lot of people I talk to. Mostly some want to, some were looking to buy Flint. And, for a half a minute, I was selling Flint because I had so much. But, well, no, not really much for just selling stuff like that. Yeah, that was a good one. I took a lot of my hump out. Now the key with glass is when you get these sharp little edges, knock them off. For two reasons. So you don't cut yourself, and they like to open up and split your piece in half. See, I took that one, I ran it that way. So I got pretty awesome. Really happy so far. But you can get help. If you're a veteran, which I am, over the years, my opinion of the VA was not that good. But I really think they have made some improvements. I guess they used to get bonuses or whatnot for whatever they didn't spend, or kept someone from getting, which is the wrong way to do to do that type of stuff. Because if you're an honorably discharged veteran, no matter what branch you were in, people like to make fun of the Navy and the Air Force, and I guess now Space Force took that all. But if you were in the military and you served honorably, you earned your you earned whatever you get. And that's a fact. Even if you just sat in an office. Because I'm telling you, I was in the Marines and the Army. And if you weren't an officer, no matter what you were, you had a bit of a time. We'll just say it that way. You find out stuff like officers can't go AWOL. They cannot show up for work and they are still not AWOL. You do that, you're in for something. Officers will come and inspect your room with a white glove. You go to the officer's housing to fix something or do something, and you wouldn't even want to live there. At least the ones I went to. I guess I shouldn't make statements like that about everyone, but I was not impressed. I'm going to try. We're just pressure flaking now, trying to even up the edge. Got a couple steps there. Well, I guess they're really hinges, but once I take this side down, I'm going to come across again and I'll get them. But for right now, I got to get this old glass spot cleared. Hopefully without breaking it. Really doesn't want to run on that bottom because it's flat. I'm gonna have to take it. There, we got a good bit of it. I have this side covered in flakes, so I'm working on this this one. And I'm gonna try. Let me see, where did I put that other point? Let's see if I can get the same. Oh, it's very close. As long as I don't break it, it's very close. There's how I mostly make arrowheads and stuff. Notches are, I'm getting there, but forever I made them kind of points with stems, and I like them. Let's try our real fine abrader. Give it more strength. So I want to shoot one right through there. Oh, not quite. Did okay. It went to here. Let's start. This milk of magnesia is actually pretty tough glass. So let's. $33 minutes. Can't get it to run there. Don't know why that is. Okay, we're going to call that part one. Or part three, I'm sorry. Part three of glass snapping.